Castillo, aka Miss Ruby. I'm a 21-year-old college student from Southern California. I'm currently in school to get my degree in the business of entertainment. And I have a YouTube channel called Piece to Part. Piece to Part is a show that I came up with that is devoted to lyrical breakdowns, just to give people better understanding and appreciation for the meanings behind the songs that we listen to. Right now, what I'm doing, I'm actually responding to a question that was posed to me by Dieter Cantu, which is the co-founder and CEO of the Position of Power organization. And his question to me was, in my own words, what is the definition of a man? This is definitely not an easy one to tackle, as I know that there are millions of different perspectives on this, but I'll give you guys a simple rundown of what my take on a real man is. I recently read a book titled Us by Lisa Oz, Dr. Oz's wife, and in that book she expressed a theory that we as people, we all exist in relationship with one another. So the quality of our existence is directly determined by the quality of our relationships. So as a man, I'd say that before we can distinguish a man as far as what he is, we'd first have to identify his role in society, in his relationship with a significant other, as a father, as a brother, his role and purpose in life according to his creator, his role to himself based on his personal desires and goals and aspirations. And so man in relation to God has so much respect for his higher power that he can never think or feel like he's anything above. Man in relation to God has humility and understands that while he has great responsibility here on earth and great purpose, that there's always someone above him that knows better, and therefore he has wisdom. Patience, is honest, has integrity, and understands that his number one focus here on earth is to fulfill his purpose. Man in relation to himself is honest and confident and just as much accepting of his inefficiencies as he is of his qualities. He's so humble that he's not boastful. He's so aware and so real with himself that he's not scared to cry when it's time to cry, and he's not scared to step up to the plate when it's time to handle his business. Man in relation to his significant other is there, he's committed, he's devoted, he's faithful, he practices what he preaches. This one is a big one when it comes to man in relation to woman. To me, I have this strong belief that man is someone who says, I want a good woman who has respect for herself, who is patient, who is kind, who is lovable, and who is committed and not easy, you know what I mean? And when he meets a woman who can potentially be that special someone in his life, he treats her like that. And this is where I think that a lot of men screw up, is that they contradict themselves so much. You know, I don't think that most men, you know, that maybe are not as developed or as mature, do not realize that they set the standards for women. That while we still have full capability of making our own decisions, we are so much influenced and affected by the standards that men set for us. So for instance, if 75 to 80% of the music and literature and just images that we see, period, are all promoting promiscuity, or a half-naked model chick that's being praised for shaking it fast and dropping it low and giving it up easy, things like that, then I don't think that a lot of men realize that it directly and indirectly brainwashes women in a lot of ways. And I think that it's very important as a man to practice what you preach. If you expect something from a woman, that you treat women as if you expect that from them. That, you know, when you get in relationships, you don't try to learn all the different tricks and moves to get in her pants as quick as you possibly can, only to 2 weeks later say, oh, I knew she was like that. You know what I mean? Like, how can you really expect to perpetuate a breed of respectable, patient, honorable women if you're not treating the women that you are directly affecting and in relationship with as if that's how they should be? And so I think that as men, it's very important to pay attention to the role that they play in their significant others' lives. And, you know, when you do land that special someone, being faithful, being there for them, most importantly, practicing what you preach, and not being so overpowering, like I discussed before, having humility. Yes, you are going to be the rock of the family. Yes, you are going to be the ultimate decision maker, and as women, we should be respectable enough to give you guys that role freely. But at the same time, a man realizes that he needs a woman just as much as she needs him. And as a man, when you cannot do that, you immediately detract from the quality of your manhood, period. Man in relation to his family, he is leading by example. And a man, a real man, will lay down his life for the people that he loves. A man can accept responsibility, finds a way to overcome his challenges. He doesn't look for a scapegoat, shortcuts, or way to make his problems smaller. He looks for ways to challenge himself, make himself bigger, so that he can overcome them and as a result become better. And in relation to his friends, he's equal, he's accepting, he's not better than or less than. He has standards and they know about them, and he has morals and values and different codes of ethic that he does not allow to be compromised by the influence of his friends. He knows how to balance his social life and his family life and his work life and his personal life and his spiritual life. And that is probably one of the hardest things that anybody can do. I understand that, but you do have to be aware that that is something that's very important. And when one area of that list falls short, it then affects every other area. And so man, in relation to his environment, to his surroundings, he can go somewhere, he can experience something based on his personal preferences, and he knows what he will stand for and what he will not stand for, and he stands up for what he truly believes in. And so no matter what atmosphere he's in, a man in relation to his environment is aware, and he's not judgmental, but at the same time, he's not allowing himself to be affected or broken down by the things and people in his surroundings. A man is ultimately a woman's counterpart, and for that I love him. We would be nothing without them, and I definitely respect their role in our lives as fathers, as brothers, uncles, as significant others. I respect their role in our societies, in our world as a whole. Men are beautiful creatures created by God. And when they possess all the qualities I just mentioned, then they are more than worth standing for. And as women, that's what we're here to do. So, while I could go on for days talking about this, that's pretty much the gist. I hope you guys enjoyed it, learned something from it. And if you want to see more from me, make sure you stop by the channel at youtube.com/Miss Ruby with an L in replacement of the I. Thank you.